Now that the cinematic universe is so well known, the MCU is something people understand, people enjoy, people like, and I think what people enjoy most about it is that they're all different. We try to make all of these films stand apart.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. Huge news, Kevin Feige subscribed to get all the videos. There's a new round of the Infinity War DVD giveaway. All you have to do to enter that is be a subscriber and leave a comment on the video. I'll name a new winner at the end of this too. Because he talked about so many things, I broke this into a top 10 list just to make it a little easier to organize. So starting with number 10, finished shooting Avengers 4, so they're not going to be adding any more characters to that after the fact. And he's waiting by the phone, waiting to get that X-Men phone call, telling him which characters he's allowed to use. So it gives you a good idea for how close he is to the X-Men deal. Like, they still have to have a shareholders meeting later this year. I think that's just going to put more pressure on Disney to sweeten the deal for Fox. So they'll just pay more money, and that's all it will amount to. He also told a big story about Spider-Man being in Civil War and how it took 7 months to arrange the deal with Sony. To Fox and X-Men, like, hey, wait a minute, don't the Eternals have biology-based powers the same way that the X-Men and the Inhumans do? Is this Kevin Feige hedging his bets in case they don't get X-Men? They'll have the Eternals to sort of fill that gap, because right now they're setting up the Eternals. So just to be clear, he's not talking about the Skrulls, because we're going to see the Skrulls during Captain Marvel. So when he says new characters during Avengers 4, he's talking about characters that have never appeared. Possibly Hawkeye, maybe Captain America, because we've been talking about him passing the mantle. Even potentially Black Panther with Shuri. He didn't say exactly which characters, but like there was a casting report on Avengers 4 for an older teenage version of Cassie Lang, so we might be seeing her. So you're talking the next 2 Avengers cycles. And yes, I think it's no surprise to anyone that they're going to continue to make Avengers movies going into Phase 4, Phase 5. The people they put in those movies is what's going to change a lot depending on X-Men stuff. And assuming that X-Men deal goes through, I still think that they don't go over each other, but between Marvel, Sony, and Fox, there's way more than 4 superhero movies per year. So if they got Fox IP, just don't be surprised if their movies per year goes up. Number 6, there's rumors about a female Hawkeye project. Obviously, we know about the Black Widow movie. If they pass on circumstances, especially with this X-Men deal that's pending. So going back to the Spider-Man Civil War of it all, like they had a plan in Civil War to do it without Spider-Man if the deal didn't go through with Sony. So it's the same deal with these 20 movies that Kevin Feige has, so they're not going to change him too much. Number 3, he confirmed more minor crossovers and gave the story of Chris Hemsworth in Thor Ragnarok as an example. He said that Chris Hemsworth said, okay, Mark Ruffalo, we're going to give you a 3-movie story arc from Ragnarok to Infinity War to Avengers 4, and in doing that, we'll kind of give you your own Hulk movie. It'll just be stretched out over 3 different movies. So number 2, he also confirmed plans for Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, after they get Captain Marvel settled in the MCU. It was really funny that he had to explain this at all, because people at this conference asked him, I guess they're not comic book people, how come you can't do Miss Marvel before you can't do the chicken before you do the egg? But, number 1, big one, Captain Marvel finishes filming in a couple weeks, meaning footage later this year. For everybody wondering about a teaser of the Eternals, Feige didn't say if this was going to be in flashbacks or if it was going to be in present day. Just assume that they're going to introduce the concept of the Eternals beyond what they've done already through Thanos' backstory speechifying. I've already done a couple videos about the Eternals. I'll link one of them. So there was some new Ant-Man and the Wasp footage that dropped. I'll do that tomorrow. I just got to give my voice a little time to heal. But in the meantime, click here to learn more about the Eternals, and click here for my Avengers 4 teaser breakdown. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.